Hey guys, my name is SNEIBOURHOODS and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in Cities Skylines, where today we are continuing the expansions, guys. Last episode we added more improvements to SnowTown. We sorted out that kind of random bridge it comes across that was originally a roundabout. We set up the beautiful monorail links, and since last episode, guys, I've got a few new figs and Bobby me booties off the Steam Workshop right now, which includes a bunch of new different types of roads which will kind of help us. I've also got proper CUL DE SACs too. So the ones that we've been using is not too great. I can't remember what the actual mod was called, but you know, it's definitely called something. But we're back, boys, and today we're going to take a look at pretty much expanding our industry. Now, I kind of briefly mentioned it in the last episode that I want to get industry down, because if we look at the industry in terms of zoning industry, we only have this little section over here, the dirty industry. I'm thinking about this, the yellow industry, and we only have this little section up here. Now, apparently these guys are craving the heat, and I'll come and sort their problems out in just a second, but I want to kind of get set up the zoned industry. So where is it? Here we go. So I want to get a little bit of forest industry in the forestry area, a little bit of oil industry in the oil area. So I want that type of industry stuff, if that makes sense, within SnowTown. Now, I did ask you guys to give me some pretty sweet name suggestions for some of the potential regions within SnowTown, and we are going to get those set up too. And I also want to take a look at getting our little city park done today. It's been a while and I've talked about it for so long, and now this peninsula, I've got a really good name for this as well, guys. You guys came up with a really perfect name for this Manhattan style area. So now we've got loads of people in here. We can really kind of take advantage of that little city park and generate some more money. And I also want to get as well, somebody left a comment, and I can't remember who it was. It says, yo, SNEIBOURHOODS, why don't you put the casino near the football stadium? And I thought that would be a freaking sweet idea. I might stick it just here. It'll kind of give a little bit more tourism to this area and utilize that car park a bit more. Beautiful idea, beautiful idea. So let's start then with zoning some of these areas then. So I seen, and it's not just one person, a few people have said this, to basically give this Manhattan style peninsula its own name. And it's so obvious, it's so simple, but yet it's so effective to call it Snowhattan. So our Manhattan area would become Snowhattan. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's the perfect name for this area. So let me just rename it then. Here we go. So Myrtle Heights here is now going to be known as, if I get it just right, Snow. Is it one word? Snowhattan. There we go. It's the perfect area right now. And I always ask you guys to give me like a bunch of different name suggestions for other types of regions. So I think what we'll do, every episode, I'll add in a brand new region. So we've got Snowhattan here. And we have got this one here, which is Hillside Hills. There was a ton, and I mean a freaking ton of different name suggestions and ideas. Some of them revolved around like the ski side of things. Some revolved around the name of snow right now. I'm going to quickly pull some of them up, and we'll rename Hillside Hills here to one of the comments that we got. So let's see which one kind of stands out the most. That would be perfect, because a lot of people just kind of left a big bulk of all different kind of comments. There's like stuff like Icicle Square. That's a really cool name as well, isn't it? Icicle Square. We've got stuff like the Frozen Park. There's not really a park in this kind of area. Ice End. We got Sub-Zero Estate. The tropics is a weird one, because that's kind of like a warm vibe kind of style, isn't it? It kind of is. But we also have Snowden Hills, but this is not really an area near any kind of hills or anything like that. Ice Tea Park, that was a good one as well. Ice Tea Park, but again, it's not really near a park area, is it? Or does that really matter at that point? I'm not too sure if it does or not. Sweater Street or Muffler Grove, like, you know, like what you kind of, when I think of muffler, I'm thinking like what's on a car, or the thing that you kind of wear to keep warm. Jack Frost Square is a good one. Mistletoe Heights, That's a Christmas theme, isn't it? Missile. I don't think I'm able to spell this right as well because my spelling is atrocious. So this is from Eric Ellis. Mistletoe Heights. So it's mistletoe. I gotta make sure I get it right because my spelling is atrocious. Mistletoe Heights. Yeah, I can't even spell heights right. So I think that's how you pronounce it. But if you guys give me some name suggestions each episode for a new district, and we'll kind of paint our next district then. So we've got Snowhatten, we've got Mistletoe Heights. We're going to turn this area here next into a district. So if anyone's got any name suggestions for this potentially in the next episode, we will rename it. So go for it, boys. Go for it. So straight away, it simply calls itself, what is that name there? Sunnyside Square, which is, again, is still freaking hilarious because there's no sun in SnowTown right now. Get it out of here, boys. But that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. So. We also need to add some regions when we kind of do the industrial stuff as well. So I think what we'll do then, we'll start with the park because the park can kind of keep leveling up and doing all kind of jazzy stuff as time goes on. Now, my idea was to add in a car park around this area to get some of the vehicles off the streets. And with the new mods that I kind of installed, it kind of has changed a lot of my roads. Which some of them do contain like parking. Like if we go to this one, this here has parking spots in the middle. Now this one looks like it also has parking spots too, but it says there's no parking spaces available. But I don't exactly know how that works or how that would look. So if I upgraded it, let me pause for a second. Oh yeah, I'm about to say one won't work in there. I've got to kind of unhook it, haven't I? Can I unhook that road? There we go. Goodbye, my friend. Now, I'm not saying that has parking spaces, because it does say it doesn't, but it looks like it should have parking spaces there, shouldn't it? It's a really weird one. But what else have we got anyway we could throw down? I just want to see if I can do anything a little bit different than normal. Or we could add in the ones with the trees. Could be a good little shout out. A basic road there with no parking spaces. I don't think you can get any of these roads that have their own little parking space section, just because they are, you know, generic small roads. We have one way with parking on the one side. Is that then becomes a little bit too small, doesn't it? Yeah. Ain't gonna go with that. I don't want to go for these big boys. They have a little turn section in there. There's no parking on these, is there? Without parking spaces. These are parking spaces, but these are like really, really big roads. Which is something I don't want to kind of squeeze in on that front. Here we have 2-lane available with parking spaces. What is this like? Again, that's way too small, right? But it does have parking spaces though, so why don't I kind of go with this in the middle? Because it is a different style of road. You are then technically driving through the park. And we can give them parking spaces on the side of the road. But I will add in some generic car parks too. But that's something that we kind of have to squeeze in. Maybe up this top end. Either way, I've got to paint a park area. So let's go for a city park then. And big main gate we'll place at the very back up here. So I'll try and squeeze it back there. So central as I'm probably going to get it without measuring it properly. And then paint our park area. So that brush's size is a little bit too big. So doing all this, and even though we got like the central park thingy here anyway, this will just kind of add to it and then get treated more of an actual park, which should be pretty cool. And if that's our little entrance there, we'll kind of drop down a couple of side gates right now. So side gate, there we go. And we'll squeeze in, I'll squeeze in one here and one there either side of the actual central park. I'll do one here and one there. Now, is that in line? I'm hoping it will be in line. We'll do the nice, yes it is. Do the nice path with trees. Bring that up to there. Now, I've got two options. I can either choose this to make us money. And by that, what I mean is, I could connect the paths up, but if I do that, people could walk into this central park and then walk into a normal park without paying any entry fees. So I've got a couple of options in terms of how I can approach doing this. Do I want to make money, or do I just want it to be, like, the word is aesthetically pleasing, if that's correct, right? I'm going to be able to kind of cut that in. I don't think so. Let me just delete it back a bit. Maybe not go too far up with that. About there instead. So if we treat that then as our little pathway through this little central area, which would be good, I can then get rid of the power lines, which would be handy. And like I said, I do want to get like some kind of a car park down here. Right, so I've got these little areas there. I could do it on the side here. I could replicate what I did over here, couldn't I? With those. And then do maybe some here, some there and there. And then add all my little central stuff in the middle. So let's go back to the car parking side of things. Here we go. And right, let's see what we get out of this. So from there to there is 27. I don't really think it matters, does it? If I go up by 5, that gives me, say, 6. Right there. And then cut across and then upgrade it, which I think it's this style road. Or it might be this style. I think I'll go for that style. How does it look over there? Yeah, we'll go for that style. And then how much of this can I squeeze in? So we're going to have to anarchy this on top of it, as always. So drop that there. And then what squeezes in here? Alright, if I place that one right next to it, just here. And then, is it EV parking or disabled parking? I could squeeze in some EV parking just there. And then some disabled parking just on the very edge. That all is nicely squeezed in. And then we can really take advantage of it all at that point. Once I got all this, the parking stuff in, I'll then disable parking around the border of the park, so they then get the traffic off and then start using the car parks around. It's kind of what I want them to do anyway. Right, let's get back to it then. So let's do then next these, and I'm going to try and get it as similar as possible. So if I go there up by 5 and then bring that over up by 5. And then it's going to cross. Is it this one it's going to cross by? Yeah. Right, sweet, sweet, sweet. And let's try and do something over here. So if I come up by 5 directly there. Oh, snap. I'll go across by 10. So this one will be a smaller one by the looks of it. Unless, actually, went to there. Right, I've got an idea. That kind of fits to there, doesn't it? Yeah. 5 by 10 and 10. So that's how that would work. I wonder if I can integrate, come down by another 5 by 10 and then down. And then if I got rid of that there, so that became the car park. Let me see what happens if I upgrade this. Or am I adding then too much in? I feel like I might be adding in too much at that point. I'm taking away from the actual park itself, aren't I? That's kind of what I'm doing at that point. So, upgrade that then. That car park is already full. Oh, holy moly. Okay, right. And then this should be a straight, or almost a straight swap. So if I do a 4 there. So it's pretty much a 4 by a 3. Not entirely exactly correct, but it's better than going the full. Oh, no, wait. It isn't one of those. It is one of those. It's just a... Oh, snap. It's just the angle that I'm looking at it. Oh, I've deleted like that. Yeah. We'll start that one again. It's just the angle that I was kind of looking at. It makes it look a little bit weird. Right, push that back over. Push it back over to there. And let's get back in the original there. So if I tilt it this way instead. There we go. Shambles, mate. Absolute shambles I was trying to add in then. So that one there. Then a 4. And then EV parking we squeeze in there. And then some disabled parking we'll squeeze just up here. Right, okay. That is the bare minimum I needed to add in. It's going to get like it's working. And then vehicles should then eventually slowly start parking. So let me first add in all of the good stuff for the park. So add in that there, that there. Get rid of the anarchy as well. Park cafe. We'll squeeze in one just over here and then one just there. We got the restrooms. I'll squeeze in one here, one there. We've got then next the info booth. One there. And we'll throw in one there. And I'll throw in one there as well. 3 info booths. We've got then the giant park chessboard. So I'll squeeze in one there. We have then the little climbing frames. So I'll squeeze in one here. And I'll just squeeze the one in just here. And then we have the trampoline park as well, which I'll throw in just there. They can dot these little, what are they called? Gazebos? Yeah. Little gazebos just dotting around to kind of fill in all the little nooks and crannies. And then we do then the green ones. To add a bit more to the vibe. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. So that fills it up then. It should give it all the leisure or entertainment value it needs to consistently keep leveling up. Oh, I'm all over the place right now. Which should be pretty handy. We'll up the ticket prices and straight away it is making profit. And it should hopefully cause a lot of upgrades to the buildings around because it is technically classed as a leisure facility. And then what we'll do, we'll just quickly pause. We'll now disable all the, or add in all the parking restrictions on all the roads around the edge of what is now our Central Park. And I will rename the park Central Park as well, even though we've got the actual Central Park there. But it's all combined. It's all as one. So get rid of them all on this. But I'll keep the parking on that little street there as well, because that is one of the benefits. It is the cut. I know it's a cut-through road there, but it is also a road that leads into the park too, which will be pretty handy. So the car parks get all filled up now then with vehicles. All good. And let's rename it. So it is called High Meadows, but we'll call it Central. How do I spell Central? In my head, that's how you spell Central. I can actually click on this, can't I? Yeah. You know when you like look at something, it just doesn't look right. Central Park. That is what we'll call this area. Nice, and it's also just leveled up as well, which is a benefit to us. Pretty good. Pretty good. Should we add a few little extra trees to it? Yeah, why not? So let's get those little conifers out in full force. And then we'll try the other style of conifers as well. There we go. Nice. Nice, boys. Right then. So that's interesting then. We've got some nice little parking in there. We've got it all set up. And the snow is now a-falling. Great. Okay. So what issue do we have over here then? Was it down with the heating? Oh, I did get this mod as well. Which, the City Vitals. Electricity. Sewage is not looking great. Landfill is low. Garbage processing. So it looks like we need some more garbage stuff being set up soon. But more importantly, sewage is on the downward spiral. So the sewage treatment is just here. And we're using... what are we actually using? It is the Eco Advanced Inland Water Treatment Plant. Now, I did say that this here, we are going to build a whole nother one of these little islands. Maybe utilize one of these islands for it, for this side. So we had one either side, which makes it a little bit more handy. But it looks like I'm going to have to set up another one. Advanced Water Treatment Plant, which is one of these. Now, I'm going to have to extend the road down a little bit. So I can squeeze this in. So it's come down by 9. And why can't I add that one in against the road? Is it because the power lines are there? Are you in the way for me, boy? Oh, there we go. Sweet. So play. Does that connect? Yeah, that power line does connect. That will give us some more garbage treatment capacity, which it does. And then, did we have an issue with the hot water? The boilers. Do we need some more boilers on the scene? I think we do. So, boiler. What's it called? A boiler station? Yeah. We'll squeeze in. Right, turn off the anarchy there. Right, let's extend this road down a little bit more. Now, add in 2 more. Now, up the capacity to pump hot water around SnowTown. And then we're all good, boys. You can then leave me alone with your issues and your problems. Right then, okay, so industry. Let's start with the forestry industry. And what we basically want to do is we want to zone down some dirty industry, but we change the region of what it is. And then we zone it to only be in... where is it? The forestry industry. So it complements the natural area, if that makes sense. So... this place already has a zoning, but you can't add that to it. You kind of have to create another area. So if I just kind of jump on top of it and scan it around. Again, if you want to give me some name suggestions for this area too, guys, then go ahead and do so. Alright, drop that down to there. And then for the industry side of it, we make sure that it is forestry only, which means that any industry we place down will be specialized to the forestry, and it will then start producing all the goods we need and again supply it to SnowTown. This is something that I never normally do. So then I ain't gonna go crazy by zoning loads of this stuff down. I want it to complement it because it will add in a lot of traffic and stuff like that. It will do that. So I want to kind of do stuff like this, like maybe fill that little square up with it. Because there is, we can dot little squares every so often. And I'll add them, well, it happens more on the kind of corners, on the borders, stuff like that. But I want to be a little bit careful. Because if I do too much, then we're going to have issues with traffic all over again, and I kind of don't want that. So I do little bits and bobs like this. But if I do this large enough where we can actually get like a fully fledged factory lining up over here, that would be good. Right, is there nothing happening? Is there no building happening on this front? Does nobody want to take advantage of the fact that you can now have this forestry industry down? Nobody wants to know, boys. Nobody legit wants to know. Maybe I don't have the demand for forestry then. So nothing's actually going down. Oh, there we go. It is. It's a late reaction that was there. So again, the industry gets built right now is solely for the forestry. So I think that will be enough to begin with. We'll just go with that for now. And this is a fine furniture plant. Now, it does mean we have to get more people over here with jobs. I do need to set up some kind of form of public transportation. Public transportation to get over here. Again, I'm not to that point where we can just yet. And then we need to do the same over here for the oil industry. So, it has its own little area, but obviously we're going to have to create a new one. There we go. Which will be targeted at oil. And then I'll put it into play mode. And then let's go back into it. And so do the same thing again. Take advantage of some larger factories. Not too many, but enough. I'll also need to make sure that the forestry that we've just done, there was enough power and water that's going to be connected to it. And then do some there. And there. See, they're already building for the oil. They already want the oil, boys. So I'll let it naturally build itself up, and then when it starts requesting power, I'll add it all in. Is anybody here asking for the power yet? Not yet. Not yet. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, something else I need to do is add in more snowplow stuff. That's something else I gotta get set back up. But we need to add in next the ore industry, which is going to be just here. So add in a little zoning for this. And I won't do the where is it? I won't do the farming one until I do actually have the farming industry in. So I won't do that to a later stage. But let me just progress and get this area in. There we go. Designated to our ore industry. And we zoom straight in, boys. So it's just going to complement the natural area. The buildings that will get built will be for this, like I said. So a few more in just there. And because it's in these areas anyway that we got workers traveling over here, it'll just kind of complement it. That's the only thing I kind of wanted it to do, is just to complement the area. And oh damn, and hopefully not too much traffic appears from it. So we just have those small little specializations which will kind of help us throughout the whole city in general. Right, let's get some more of these snowplow stuff down then. So I need some in the far areas anyway, which are pretty much these snow dumps, because the ones that we currently got are over here. We have some up here as well, and 2 over there. So I'm going to add some over here, because this is literally out of the way. This couldn't be any more further out the way than if I tried right now. So where is that? Where do I add it? Should I create like its own little individual area? Maybe just here that comes off, that we can utilize from it. Right, so... Or should I do it here? Yeah, we'll do it about here. Bring it down. So go up by... How big is one of those buildings? If I drop that right... Oh, actually, let me delete that. If I drop this, say, here... Oh, I can go up by 10. Okay. Come across by 20. Go down by 10 as well. Let me move this right into the corner. Drop that there, and that there. So there's 4 over here. They're going to need their water. And they're going to need some power too, which I'll just take the power from just over here. So that means that's up and running there. So we have some snow plows within this general vicinity. And they don't have to travel too far to get over here. And let's get some more over here as well. So yeah, there is over there, but I do need something around here. Now, I feel like we need to get one. Maybe I utilize, because this comes kind of over, this bypass, maybe kind of utilize something around here maybe. It depends on the size of the roads that we're kind of squeezing in. So to get full distance there is 22. 11 by 11. So that is... This here could be perfect. Right, that going across down there is 40. So if I went like this and like this, right, I could squeeze in a load of these. So if I made them back onto there and to there. Okay, so I can't quite squeeze all of them in, but if I try and get it kind of semi-central, we have like that building about to go on fire? Or is that just the lights? The trees are on fire. What's going on? What's going on? But if I have them there, in that little area, and kind of like, it's you get like small little industrial pockets within the neighborhoods and regions. So that should hopefully satisfy. It might cause a little bit of traffic to begin with until they're going to pick up all the snow. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Right, let's fast forward then. And get some of this industrial demand spent on these brand new little areas. And get those new snowplow trucks also skedaddling out of here as they go clear the backlogged roads of snow. Damn, boys. So yeah, we got a lot of trucks that would have headed out now. Doing their thing, which is pretty good. So what's your issue over here then? There is not enough educated workers. Not enough educated workers. So what is the school situation like then? Okay, we have nothing over here, which is... I can't believe we've took it this far and not put any more schools in, to be honest with you. So I'm going to drop in elementary school here. And we'll flip in a little high school just there. And we'll also add in a nice little public library. Well, that's a bit too big, isn't it? What else have we got here? A community school? What's a community school? Is it like elementary style? Right, I'm going to delete this school here. Put in the community school just there. Move the high school down to behind it. There we go. I feel like the community school's a lot better for the intercity vibes. We've got that's classed as a university. Not placing any universities down because it's all to do with this university over here. We have then the Institution of Creative Arts. That would be a nice building for the intercity stuff. And for me to place it maybe along here. That'd be pretty good there. And what else have we got? Science Centre. Undergraduate Library, which is classed as a university. Public Library, which is just a normal library. Where can I squeeze that in? Maybe down here somewhere. Oh, I'm going to get that just there. This is eventually going to be a park as well. But a nice little public library in just there. I don't think I've got many public libraries. Actually, that's the first public library I've dropped in. That's interesting. So high school. We could do a little bit more capacity, but I think it's the elementary school which is the one that's slacking the most. So those community schools. Let's try and get a couple more of these guys in. Right, so I'm going to drop a little community school just here. And I need something like around this side, unless... Unless I place one around up on this side here. I'll go for like a normal elementary school on this side up here. Should I put it next to the car park? Actually, let's put it here on this corner. Okay, that's perfect for them. So we're adding an additional few more right now. Still don't quite have the capacity. So I feel like I need still one more. Right, and I'm just trying to dot around. I don't want to place it here. Well, what if I just kind of take away a couple of buildings there? I'm going to do it on the corner just here. Take away a couple of buildings. I'm so sorry. But I need another school in. Just for there. That'll keep us rocking and rolling that front. So at least we'll get more people going for the education system. Which would be handy for us. Okay, and what's going on over here then? What's your little issue? The one person moaning, not enough raw materials. Now, it doesn't tell us what materials it needs to be. But we do have now industrial ore coming through for the factories. And all that kind of jazz. So, we're going to get a few little bits and bobs and stuff coming in. A few more pockets it needs to kind of fill up. But it won't all come in or build straight away because, you know, it won't use that demand because we don't really have much demand for a lot of it. How's the oil industry stuff coming in? So again, we've got a couple factories being built from it. I need more generic industries, basically what they're saying to me. That's kind of what I need more of. Right, let's add the little casino in next then. So the little casino is, if I can remember correctly to where we get it from, it is here, right? Yeah. It's a pretty decent building. Now, do I squeeze it in here? Yeah, I feel like I want to squeeze it on this side. But also make it kind of like a little parking area for it. So I feel like the casino needs its own little section. So if I... let me check out these little roads here. So we can do a 2-lane alley. We got a plain street there. What's this one here? It's got bicycle lanes, one-way lane with parking. Okay. I could do that one here with the trees in the middle as it leads up to the casino. So let me just kind of bring this up here by 20. And is that a reasonable spot for the casino to be dropped in if I squeezed it here? Let's have a look. So that would work quite perfect there. It's got the borderline with the trees going around and stuff like that. And I'll do a little car park coming off it just here. Or do I have it facing the back of the casino facing out? No, actually no. I like these windows here and the little seating area. That overlooking the waterfront. So that's pretty good. We'll keep that as it is. Nice little entry point with that. So then we go to our parking side. And I think we'll come down by 5. Alright, I've done a whole 15 there. And what size should we go with? So that'll be decent enough for the casino. And then I can place something else further over here. Couldn't I? Alright, if I came out another 5 here. I just want to see if I upgrade that road there and this road here. That's a bit better. I kind of like that idea a little bit better. Doing it like that. Because it comes like a big rounded area that you kind of drive into. So let me anarchy all this stuff in them. So it's kind of like a double side. So one there, I'll mirror it and put one on this side then. Then if I go for a small 3 here, give us room to drop something else in. We'll do the disabled parking. We'll do put that right to the edge. Oh, I'm going to just kind of anarchy 2 in. To make it look like it actually went in and fitted, even though it doesn't quite fit in. Same for the EV parking. Just because I've got awkward spaces, basically. And then we'll dot a few extra trees in. More so on this side. How does that look? Yeah, I like it. It looks pretty cool. So we'll roll with that then. It should have the water and the power, right? Yeah, it's not really complaining. No, all good. And there's our little casino on the very edge just there. Need our football stadium. So that monorail stop there will see a little bit more use as well. 361. Damn. That's a lot of people using that as well. How well is this park doing right now? 2,200 in revenue. That's from everyone walking across as well. Oh, I can test something else out as well. This is something else I got. Because before, right, you know, like, I did stuff like this. Now, I do stuff like this to make them not cross the road, but there's times where I drop down paths to make them cross the road. And I'm trying to think where the perfect example is in SnowTown to where I've done that. And I think it is, yeah, here, look at this. I've done an underground path there. Well, I say underground path. I've anarchied a path in that does exist. It is there to make people cross the road, but I've downloaded the mod that now allows us to kind of create our little crossings. So if I do that there, it has its own crossing. I haven't got to anarchy in anymore. And I believe I added one here as well, which I can add that in. And that just leads up to there anyway, so that's kind of fine. But what it allows me to do then, with the little central park area, is, even though it's, the crossing would be up here. Right, it's a little bit difficult to throw that in. So oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. That actually works fine. I don't feel like I need to do it there then, after looking at it. Yeah, I don't need to, but I've got the option to now do it, which I thought was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. Now, I want to take a look at the other cul-de-sacs as well. Now, I think, where should we test it? I'm going to test it on these cul-de-sacs up here. I was using before this one. Where is it? This cul-de-sac, which is good, but the only thing is, it doesn't really give us much zoning around it. So with a brand new mod, I've got these little cul-de-sacs now in. We got a large style. I think what we'll do is, I'll connect them to each one of these and see what they're like. So a medium, that's a large, a medium, a small, and an extra large. Now each of these has zoning all the way around them, which is, you know, freaking sweet. So I think I'm going to take the, obviously when you zoom out, you doesn't really see it. But when you zoom in, you see it in all its glory. So, shall we take the medium? It's almost borderline like a little mini roundabout, isn't it? In a way. So, just get rid of all this. We'll try it on this one then. We'll go for the first one just here. Let me pause. Right, delete that there. Bring the road back in so far in. So I'll bring it in by 6. A medium is then there. So it goes for quite a skinny road, doesn't it? How does that work? So it does go for quite a skinny road. I wonder if I can upgrade that road there to that. Oh, that looks better, doesn't it? That looks 10 times better. And then place down all my residential zoning. The difference is now, yeah, it looks like a roundabout when you zoom out, but I can get residential buildings all on the outskirts. That's so much better, isn't it? Right, let me delete these real quick. We'll come up. So we came up by 6, didn't we? Yeah. Let me just make sure I get this all right. And then, boom, boom. But then upgrade that road there and there. Add all the zoning back in. You wouldn't know the difference. Kind of ish. So I think it is a pretty cool one, isn't it? It is pretty cool. Gets all the buildings around it. It creates a proper cul-de-sac. Now everyone keeps saying I say it wrong. That's the. I grew up saying that word, and everyone around me said it that way. I know it's a French word, but you boys foolish and English at the same time, so kind of have to put up with it. But yeah, we did some pretty sweet improvements today, then, guys. I'm really happy with what we've kind of got done. So we've added our little park over here, which is, you know, added in some parking as well. You see that road also being used as the parking too. We've added in a load of new industrial stuff right now. We've got these little industrial specialized buildings in, which kind of complement the areas that they're kind of working within as well, and produce those goods. Gonna have to get some factories set up for those as well. Oil just over here as well. A few little oil industry buildings, which are looking pretty good. I like it. And we've also got in a couple of cul-de-sacs over there, which is good. Got a little casino now added in as well, which is a few cars already parking over. Getting quite a few tourists on their way. So next episode then, guys, I want to take a look at simply setting up some warehouses for all this industry goods that we've got underway. And I want to hook up the train line to the export area. So I want to get a more, maybe 1 or 2, probably 1, I don't know. Because it's still quite a long way to drive down to get to here. So if I can link up the train line for the forest industry, pretty much like what we did for the oil industry. ore industry, sorry, where there's a train line just there that kind of tears through. Same over here, get a train line hooked up for the oil industry. See what we can kind of do with that, and maybe potentially get our first passenger train line coming through the area as well. Not tearing through so we have a stop everywhere, just kind of passes through that complements another public transport network that they can switch over and go. I might use a transport hub for that, which would be interesting. And also set up as well, because I haven't done it just yet, is a couple of bus routes for our bus metro hub too. So again, it's all pushing in the right direction. We're all slowly getting there. We're slowly rocking and rolling. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So good.